point guard. Seems like he just, in every phase today, no turnovers, 6 assists. His shooting.
You know, he's just a special player. You know, he plays at his pace. You know, he's really intelligent. He thinks the game. He processes the game plan, the information we give him, and then he's able to make adjustments, you know, as the game goes on. But you know, there's no panic in him. He's going to shoot it if he's open. If somebody's open, he's going to pass it. He's not going to turn it over. You can't turn the ball over against this team and win.
He took the shots though at crunch time. I'm sure that was a good thing for you to see. Just wanted to do that.
Well, you know, in particular because, you know, we were riding Pete. You know, so we'll go to Cornell, we'll go to Tyler, we'll go to Jordan. You know, Isaiah's made crunch time shots. You know, so will Brady. I mean, we got a lot of different guys that can do that, and that's what you need because that's what takes the pressure off of Pete.
It seemed like Pete was willing to give it up too. They were doubling him, and he gave it right to
Well,
Jordan.
he's figured out he's got to be a screener and he's got to be a passer, and he can still get 25, and that's what makes him special.
You see, some of your guys may be fighting the flu. Some were going back and forth in the locker room, and
Well, I mean, we had, you know, Tyler was sick, and then Ahmad was sick. Everybody else is fine. I think the other stuff was injury related.
Okay.
You know, Christian hurt his back, and Brady got the wind knocked out of him on that one play.
You played maybe 4 point guards in the first half. Is that just the way things worked out?
Well, I didn't want to put Jordan back in to get his third, and then Christian hurt his back, and he was done for the game. So, you know, we've been, you know, working with Pete and with Brady in particular.
You hadn't really had a really close, down-to-the-wire game until this one. You got to be pretty happy with the way they responded to that.
Yeah, no question, you know, because we made enough plays. You know, it wasn't perfection, but we made our free throws. We executed the shots that we wanted. A couple of times we got it inside, didn't score, but we got it in there. And our defense was clearly better in the second half in terms of getting out and guarding the baseline drift in the corner and that kind of thing.
You mentioned the difference between telling them and having them understand what Big Ten plays like after Purdue. A win like this, how much or what does that do for these guys that they can come back from being down and win a game like that?
It shows you how you have to work and how you have to prepare. You know, the crowd was great. That helped us. So now what we've got to be able to do is understand that and go do it on the road. So that is a bigger challenge in this league. You know, our older guys know that. The younger guys have, you know, figured that out the other night.
Your poise, especially on offense in the overtime, was pretty special. I think after you had 3 shots and didn't score the first possession, and then you scored like 4 or 5 possessions in a row.
Well, the first thing, Tyler went and got the tip. He said, we got to get the ball. Let's get the ball first. Go get the tip. And then we executed. We got it inside, like you said. And we could have hung our heads because we got it in there. It looked like we were going to score, take the lead, and we didn't. But, you know, nothing rattled us, you know, from that point forward.
Obviously, Wilson had a huge game. Did you see that? Was it defensive lapses on your part, or was it just a kid going?
Well, you know, a kid's a good player. I mean, he is incredibly versatile to be that big. So, you know, I really like him, and he performed well. We didn't react to where he was a couple times in the first half, and he got some open looks, and I got him going. That's what you don't want. You're playing against a talented guy. And they've got a number of guys that are, you know, Walton, Irvin, Robinson, and Wilson in particular, and Wagner for that matter, have all had big games for them. So there's a lot of people in that category that you don't want him to get going early, hit 3 or 4 shots. And he did. He had 19 in the first half. He had 16 pretty quickly. And we did a better job on him in the second half.
In that last huddle, you have a 3-point lead, 19 seconds to go. What are you telling your guys, and what are you expecting? Are you expecting to try to get a quick 2 and then make free throws, or you expect them to shoot a 3? And what was your parting words?
I expected them to trap hard and not foul, and try to get a quick turnover, and then if they get a quick turnover, to foul. That's what I expected.
Fran, is there a part of Jordan's game that has surprised you, maybe that he's exceeded at this stage? I mean, we knew he could shoot, but as a playmaker maybe, or is this what you expected?
You know, truthfully, I mean, he's kind of doing what I thought he would do. I mean, if I didn't think he could do it, I wouldn't have offered him a scholarship. I mean, I can't make it any simpler than that. You know, when we make those kinds of decisions, and we're not always right, but when we offer, you know, we've evaluated thoroughly enough to say this kid can do it at this level. And, you know, I think, you know, I know him a little better than maybe some other people that I've recruited, so, you know, I know his intellect, you know, and that's so important at that position, as you well know.
I actually like the way your zone looked compared to against Purdue.
Oh, it was better than Purdue. It's not as good as it needs to be. Is that honest enough for you?
Defense has taken obviously a ton of the heat, but in the final possession of regulation, final possession of overtime, the guys defended without fouling and defended well. What in those two moments? How important is that, or what did you think of that? Those two moments.
Well, I thought it was really good, you know, because it was a deviation from what we had been doing defensively. And you're right. The hardest thing sometimes is to, you know, you don't want to be the guy that gives up a bucket, especially if you're up 3. You don't want to give up a 3. So you want to chase them off the line, and if they score 2, they score 2. You don't want to give them an and 1, and you certainly don't want to go for any shot fakes. So they moved their feet, they switched out and contained and made it hard, and also ate up all the clock. You know, couldn't be more proud of that.
What has pleased you more, the progress on defense or the fact that other guys are stepping up and you know, everything doesn't have to run through Pete anymore. Other guys are scoring.
Well, you know, I think both things are critical, Rick, for us moving forward. You know, we had to get the defense better, and we had to have multiple people contributing. So I don't know if I would say one's more important than the other.
What do you think of Cook and Pemsl playing together?
I think they're good together. I think they need time to figure it out together. You know, because they both like to post up, but you know, they both can make a play out on the perimeter. You know, Tyler's figuring out how to screen and then how to get himself open. And you know, he's a handful when he screens and rolls. I mean, you got to deal with him, because if not, you know, he's gonna dunk the ball. So yeah, I was really happy for him, because he really grew up today. I mean, he battled, he competed. He made some mistakes in the first half, and he knows it, and it was pointed out to him, and he corrected it, and that shows you what he's capable of.
Your rebounding really took a positive step. Early in the game, they seemed to be getting a lot of second chance.
We weren't putting a body on anybody. We were just kind of watching the ball and trying to go get a long rebound, because they were shooting a ton of threes, but you still have to put a body on somebody. We did a much better job in the second half.
Okay, thank you, Coach.